What's up, guys? First Blood here, and oh my god, the Path of Exile Xbox One closed beta is finally upon us, and it is glorious. So I would like to take this time to give you all a brief overview of the beta and how it works. Moving towards release sometime in the near future after the beta has ended. I believe Grinding Gears Games has stated that the beta is going to last roughly 3 weeks. So with that, let's go ahead and jump right into this. So starting off, I'd like to give y'all a brief overview of what the Equipments tab looks like. As you notice, your inventory system and your equipments page are all located under this singular tab. This makes for extremely accessible use of the inventory tab, to where you're not having to scroll through a bunch of menus to get to both your inventory and your equipments page individually. Now with that, starting off, if you notice your potions at the bottom left of the equipments section of this tab, each of your potions is allocated to the right and left bumpers of your controller, as well as the different buttons on the D-pad as well. Another thing to note also about equipment is that each piece of equipment that you find in Path of Exile from loot drops has what's referred to as gem slots, and these gem slots are what you use to allocate and assign abilities to your abilities tab, as well as passive perks for your character as well. Speaking of passives, just to give y'all an idea of how insanely big the passive skill trees are in this game, looking at it from a whole, this is just monstrous. It basically allows for an unparalleled amount of customization in this game and rivals pretty much anything I've ever seen on the ARPG market as a whole. Moving on to some gameplay, it plays pretty much like any RPG that's on the market. It looks gorgeous, clocking in at 60 frames per second at 1080p. Also, to note, the controls are extremely intuitive with this port over to Xbox One, which is definitely a plus. As you can see, your potions are located on the bottom left, which are allocated to your bumper buttons as well as your D-pad buttons. And then your abilities are on the bottom right, which are allocated to X, Y, A, B buttons, with an option to access a second page by hitting the right trigger. Above that are active quests, and then above that is the mini-map. But you also have an option to expand the mini-map by hitting down on the D-pad to get your bearings straight. The game itself has a very dark undertone to it, very similar in my opinion to what Diablo 2 had. It actually feels like a dungeon crawler throughout the entire experience. Along the way, you will also encounter various NPCs, which will hand you side quests that you need to complete that will yield their own rewards, ranging from loot to XP.
Unless we clear away this infestation, nature doesn't stand a chance while it has creatures like that at its throat. You want to make an impression around here? I've a certain pack of vermin in mind. Stronger and more vicious than most. Track them to their home territory and wipe them out.
The game also does a good job of mixing the variations of small to large packs of mobs as well, allowing you to kind of shift your thinking from more of an assault perspective to a more strategic approach as well, with name boss encounters being insane in their own right. In short, I really feel like this is an Xbox One free-to-play title that a lot of people can get behind and support very quickly. Grinding Gear Games is going on an incredible venture by bringing this to console, and in a lot of ways it is actually better, in my opinion, than its counterpart, Diablo 3, namely being the intuitive controls, the gem system in the equipable gear, the insane amounts of loot that drop, as well as not forgetting to mention the insane passive skill trees, which pretty much rival anything Diablo 3 does. And with that, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to smash that like button. And if you're looking for more content from me, make sure to subscribe to my channel as well and hit the bell notification to be notified when new content goes live. And with that, thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time.